Alright, welcome one and all, whoever may be watching this, part 2, Tides of Numenéra. I might just leave the tutorial section area, whatever, as one kind of longer video and then sort of jump into the whole 20 odd minute videos from here. It seems like this could be a bit of a learning curve as far as combat is concerned once again. So just bear with me as I sort of figure these things out. It's always a bit of a process. Alright, let's head back to the real world. I kind of like it here though. Aside from the weird sorrow thing that's chasing us, it looked really pretty.
Where did she fall from? Her body's smashed to talk. It's a wonder she's still breathing.
All I saw was the corona, not her origin point. But look, she's healing already. Spontaneous regeneration.
Will you look at... Wait, I know that face. Ugh, what was that? What did you do, Calestige? His tone has become accusatory, suspicious. You open your eyes. The first thing you notice is the man's kaleidoscope of tattoos writhing across his forearms. He wears a long, dark coat, belted at the waist, supplies filling the pockets. His boots are worn and stained with years of travel. You blame me? She admitted an internal psychological reaction in response to the fall, probably related to that fantastic healing process. Obviously, Allegrun. Her voice rolls and hisses, and you have to rub your eyes to be sure that you're not seeing double. Faint echoes of her actions trail from her, each nearly mimicking her, though some act and react to stimuli that you can't perceive. Her vivid hair and outrageous clothing remain constant through these shadows. Oh yes, it's obvious, Calestige. His voice is grim and clipped, then he sees you looking at him. You're no ordinary mortal, we know that much. Start talking. His face is hard and set. Armor scans some thoughts. She's the changing god. Calestige is deliberately blinding herself, but why? Where am I? How did I get here? You built the dome. Don't you recognize it? He growls. She knows you're not the changing god, Allegrun. Allegrun's being more paranoid than usual. How long must I put up with him? It's her face. I've never seen any other people rebuild themselves like that. Only the changing god could heal so quickly. He sighs and rubs his face, trying to regain his composure. Maybe you could help me for a change. You know what this means to me. You're familiar with the word changing, Allegrun. It implies inconsistency. Thus, the changing god may well have changed. Several versions of her shrug as she addresses you. You'll have to forgive him. He believes you're someone he once knew, even though it's painfully obvious to anyone that you are newly born. Her most solid self curtsies, while others bow or spin. I and my sisters am Calestige. This is Allegrun. We are explorers, knowledge seekers. That's how we came to be in this room. If I'm not mistaken, you are what we call a cast-off. The changing god created you, body and mind. Your sire used your body for a time, then abandoned it for reasons of his own. When his mind departed for a new experience, you were born in his cast-off shell. Who is this changing god? Ha! That's something coming from you. She gives him a sidelong glance. The changing god is your sire, dear. He discovered a path to immortality long ago, a means to transfer his self to a new body of his own creation. I don't think he knew, however, that when he abandoned one body, another mind was birthed to fill the void. Oh, he knew all right. He eyes you up and down coldly. The only thing the changing god cares about is himself. He doesn't give a single thought for those he leaves behind. He sees us as experiments, not humans. Are there other cast-offs? Dozens, hundreds. Who can say? Your sire's been doing this for several centuries. Though if all of them were born the way you claim to have been, it's a wonder any of them survive. Where are we? What is this place? A sanctum of your sire's. The common belief is that he had several such places throughout the 9th world, possibly other worlds as well. We were only just able to gain entry to this one because of your grand entrance. If you know the changing god through my body, why do you keep referring to my sire as he? We know your creator through legend and research. He's taken the form of men, women, visitants, and other things. His form is fluid, as his name suggests, but the stories about changing God always refer to him. It's easier. Allegan shrugs. You are a woman. The changing god is himself. So you say I was born when the changing god left, but why am I not dead? I used a cipher to slow your fall further, but the damage still would have killed an ordinary person. But think about it. If you're the kind of person who can make your body into anything you want, what do you do? If you've constructed bodies for centuries, you want to make each one better than the last. You want to live forever. You're not going to let your life end by accident. No, you'll make strong bodies, fast, powerful. Maybe throw in regeneration while you're at it. The changing god has always been vain. He rarely stays long in a shell that doesn't suit his self-image. She looks you up and down, her smile suddenly unnerving. Perhaps the changing god fled because he didn't want to wear those scars of yours. What was the blast of energy when I awoke? As I was telling my colleague, it was obviously a psychological reaction of some kind. I have never witnessed the birth of cast-off, but yes, it could very well have been caused by your nascent consciousness. Don't worry, I don't believe it caused any real harm, not to me at least. Really? You've been more abrasive than ever since we came in here. He shoots her a sidelong look. She just can't empathize with other people unless she's experimenting on them. Do you know anything about the tides? I've heard that term before, a subject your sire studied in great depth. I'm afraid it isn't my field of inquiry. Alright, I want to ask about something else. If falling from the sky didn't kill me, is there anything that can? An excellent question. Having seen your regenerative abilities in action, I suspect they are primarily physical, a regrowth. If that's the case, you'd be unable to survive most varieties of psychic or molecular decomposition, disintegration, conflagration, and so forth. Degenerative diseases could pose a problem, and I know of several entities capable of psychic destruction. As she speaks, a vision flashes into your mind. It's not yours exactly. Somehow you know this is a memory of the changing gods. You're in a dark room lit by a myriad of blinking lights and holograms from many of the machines surrounding you. What about a body that can withstand the sorrow's attacks? Says a voice. It seems to be coming from one of the machines. No, you reply. The thing has no respect for barriers of any kind, physical, temporal, psychic. This is the only way. With a series of gestures, you bring up an image of a crystalline pod. If the resonance chamber works, it will give us the power to stop the Sorrow's hunt once and for all. We just need the right focal point, a catalyst. The memory fades. Calestige is still talking. You realize that the device you saw in the memory is identical to the one behind you now. It looks just like the Spectre had described it, a transparent sarcophagus inside a crystalline dome, with mechanical arms arrayed around it on a metal ring. Unfortunately, the dome is shattered, the sarcophagus is cracked, and one of the arms is in pieces on the floor. Whatever its function, it clearly needs repair. Of flesh-eating viruses, one presumes disfigurement by the iron wind would likewise be devastating enough to... I think she gets the point, Calestige. Do either of you know anything about the sorrow? I've had my share of sorrows, but never the sorrow. What's that, a disease? Her mouth compresses in a tight line. I know nothing about it. Do either of you know how to fix that crystal chamber there?
Making a note.
Allegan chuckles. Then firm and certain, he says, not likely, though it might not be impossible. You need people with the appropriate knowledge. I'm sure the cult of Changing God will hold the answer. Her distaste is evident in the expressions of her echoes, although the face of the one in the lead remains carefully impassive. You'd turn to the insane to help a newborn? Where's your judgment, Allegan? I would take her to the Order of Truth. The Order of Truth? Are you mad? They would sooner take us apart. What's the Order of Truth? Knowledge seekers, the learned who try to wrest secrets from the hearts of the prior worlds. They gather in the city to exchange their findings and help humanity to build a brighter future. She smiles brightly. Our friend Allegan here was once one of them. Frauds, quacksalvers, and charlatans. They don't have all the answers, and I'd not trust them with the Changing God's secrets. You're just angry that they couldn't help you with yours. Her echoes tinkle laughter. But I am being too cruel, dear Allegan. Let us take our new friend to the Order. What's the cult of the Changing God? Despite what she says, they're not insane. They're eccentrics. She laughs, but he soldiers on. They're worshippers of, well, you, or your sire. The Changing God. They devote their lives to understanding your kind. Okay, so it looks like we have to go to one or the other, or figure it out on my own, maybe. I don't know which one would be better. A cult of eccentrics or learned idiots. I don't know, let's go with the cult. Cults can always be a bit fun. A wise choice. Your worshippers aren't likely to cut you apart, and they're sometimes fools, but they collect knowledge and data. They'll tell you more than you care to know about whoever you are. They could give you good counsel. She sniffs and gives Allegan an acid stare. Good counsel? The best counsel is to come with me. I'll accompany the two of you. When you change your mind, you'll need an introduction to the Order of Truth. Fine, we'll both go, but don't be surprised when Calestige leaves you broken in a ditch with your purse empty while she laughs it off as a good experiment. Suspicious as always, Allegan. Child, the world is an exciting place, but it is full of dangers. Rest assured, one of us will get you safely to where you need to be. I'll be right behind you. A sunny smile crosses her faces. I shudder to think what Allegan might do to the child. This is interesting, because they're both being set up as quite suspicious people, and yet they're vying for my attention or loyalty or something. I'm curious to see where this goes. Alright, let's go. You've gained your first companions. They will follow the last cast-off and can be controlled during a crisis. You can speak to them about their pasts and take advantage of their unique abilities and skills. Companions have their own motivations and personalities, and depending on the choices you make, they may not follow you forever. You will find more companions who can join you as you travel through the Ninth World. Take this opportunity to explore your surroundings. You may find items, yada yada yada. Okay, lots of stuff everywhere. Oh, where are you guys running to?
All right.
A mechanical arm lies on the floor, presumably broken during your fall. Sparks pour from the arm's shattered housing, filling the air with a greasy stench. Okay. Well, I mean, look. The small amount of law machinery I have, let's attempt to scavenge some parts. Okay, so if you select a companion's portrait on the effort window, they can assist the cast-off. Okay. Your companion's stat pools are used instead of your own, and they may have different skills, abilities, and statistics that make the challenge easier. Okay, they can't assist in a crisis and can only use their stats during their turn. How do I know? So she's got 4 of whatever. Oh, okay, so they're the amount of stuff. Taking care to avoid the sparks, you extract several handfuls of shiny trinkets and coin-like objects. You recognize their value at once. Such objects would be accepted as shins, the informal currency in most regions of the world. So you gather them up and take them with you. I also got spray flesh. The sharply pointed apparatus that formerly topped the device appears burnt out and useless, but the equipment at the base remains at least somewhat operational, as the constant stream of sizzling motes can attest. Okay, so them are peeps.
Of course.
Nice moss. Totally want that.
Yes.
A slate black, unimpressive device hunkers before you. As you reach out to touch it, the triangle of the light on its casing blazes into life, and an image unfolds in your mind. A towering crystal arch rises over a jagged grey landscape. The air is dead and stifling, and there at its emerald peak, the image collapses, leaving you staring into the device's triangular array of lights. Command me, the device, or the intelligence within, says each word carefully etched with distaste. Who are you? Your command was not understood, the intelligence says with clear satisfaction, sounding for all the world like it understood the question but is choosing not to answer. Command me. What was the arch you showed me? Your command was not understood, the intelligence chuckles, its lights pulsing. What commands do you recognize? The 3 lights throb irritably. Heated air sighs from the device's vents, and then a towering list of commands races through your mind, far too fast to read. You rub your eyes, groaning, and the intelligence chortles. Command me, it says smugly. Examine the outside of the device. An indignant hum rises from the intelligence's engine as you examine its ancient casing. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. You step back and the hum fades away. Show me the list of commands again. Slower, please. If anything, the list pours through your mind even faster than the last time. Command me, the intelligence drawls. I mean, really my only option is to kick it. I feel like that's going to break my foot, though. The intelligence's light flutter in alarm just before your foot smashes into the base of the device. Something within goes crunch. Cell gating, damage. It gasps, the trio of lights focusing on you with blinding intensity. All prisoners lost. Shuttering Lugum Vo. A hatch springs open near the dent left by your foot and the lights flicker off as you claim a hissing component from the device's smoking interior. Are you planning on breaking every machine in here? Oh, I kind of liked
Yes.
a machine that was not working. Oh, well, a sassy machine. I'm really sad that I broke it. If that's what I actually did. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. So,
Natural.
I mean, I think that's everything around. Let us leave.
Go.